Okay, so I'm not a great shooter. I'm an okay shooter, and I'm still in the amateur stages of reloading, but going through my load development a couple days ago, firing them off. That was the best one I got, and for me shooting, that's pretty good. So I'm going to take the same components, LC brass, and weigh my cases. Try to do everything exactly the way I did it before, but keep better track of case weight. So that's my chronograph numbers. One was off. Standard deviation is not all that great, but for me, once again, not bad. So let's see what I can do with that today. Gonna top up the trickler. Good to go. Do an extra tear. Setting my throw weight 0.1 behind what I want. And I'll trickle the rest in. Those are the cartridges from my first video, and these are just to make sure I don't double charge. Even though, as most of you know, if you try to double charge a 223, you're just going to make a huge mess. Just wondering, do you know how you make 5 pounds of fat fun? You put a nipple on it. Just the other day, me and this beautiful girl went for a walk. Then she turned around and looked at me, and we went for a run. What do you call an Eskimo peeping Tom? Tom took a look. So this batch is ready to be seeded. I'm going to use my Frankfurt Arsenal micrometer seeder. I really like this thing. Just check my notes. Last batch was 2.260, so it's close enough. I'll make all of them the same. Now, I'm sure any experienced reloaders out there are going to tell me it's best to measure from cartridge base to ogive, but it's a little bit more advanced at this stage. I'm figuring I'm going to learn to walk before I learn to fly. And speaking of that, how did the Hutterite find his sister up in the field? Just fine. Okay, so that batch is done up. The only thing I'm really doing in this test just to see if the case capacity, weight, blah, blah, blah makes a difference. Then after my results, I'll start tweaking on seating depth, all that fun stuff. And speaking of depth, what's the difference between pink and purple? It's the grip. You know, I know way more dirty jokes than anything, and I'm trying to keep it somewhat clean so I don't get blasted by the millions of people that are willing to take offense to everything. So I might actually start going full bore and saying the hell with all those guys and just telling the jokes that I want to tell. I think so.